Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today we're going to make a last-minute Valentine wall decoration. It's simple, it's cute. I hope you'll stay tuned. Well, I found these paper straws in my drawer, and I thought those are so much fun. I think I need to make something for Valentine's Day out of them. And what I want to do is I'm going to use this picture frame. It's a 5x7 picture frame, and I've taken the glass out of it. You don't need the glass for this. Well, you can't have the glass in it. You can't have a glass. And you're going to have to make a replacement for the width of the glass. So I just cut a piece of cardboard that's that thick, and I will tell you how thick that is. I think it's 2 centimeters. I'm going with that. It looks like it's a 1/16 of an inch if we're going to go that route thick. And you need that because you need to make up for that glass. Otherwise, it's will really wobble. And you're going to still use your piece of your backing that has the leg on it. So we'll do that part first. We'll just get everything glued in. And I think I'll use my Bearly Art glue and see if the new pin worked. Oh, I did. I'm so excited. I just did, this video is coming up where I bought this topper. I can't think what it's called, but anyway, I'll show you it in the video, and I'll tell you all about my plan to make everything work better for me in the glue department, because, you know, I always have trouble with my glue. Okay, I'm just going to glue the yucky side down. So I cut my cardboard to 5x7, and then I layered it with a piece of pattern paper. And then all we're going to do then is put glue on our backing for our frame so that this all just sticks together. When you do something like this, you want to make sure that when your frame is together, it doesn't move up and down. You've ever had that happen where you have a picture in your frame and then all of a sudden you realize the picture's just not exactly the right height, and then all of a sudden it moves up and down and it drives you crazy? Well, that's what we're avoiding by gluing it to the backing, because once it's glued to this piece in the back, it can't move. See what I'm saying? Okay, so now it looks like this, and that's what we want it to look like. See, there's no give and there's no gap on the side because we put that piece of cardboard in. Now we're going on to the most important part, and that is our project. So I cut a piece of scrap paper to 5 inches wide by 7 inches tall, and then I scored it at 2.5 inches so that I could fold it in half. You don't have to go to all that trouble. You could just cut a piece of paper 5x7 and fold it in half. You just need to make sure that the fold side is the part that is the inner part of your heart. And what I mean by that is our heart is going to be, we're drawing only half of a heart. And keep in mind, I am the world's greatest artist. If you didn't know that already, I'm forewarning you that I am in fact the world's greatest artist. Or I'm just winging it, and you be the judge. It's up to you to decide if I am in fact the world's greatest artist or not. Chances are really good that I'm not. Okay, so there's our heart. Then we're going to take our long bladed scissors, are the easiest to do something like this with. Oh, and this is a little bit thicker. You don't want to use like copy paper for this because it needs to be a little bit sturdy. You're going to take some long bladed scissors if you can. These scissors are made by a company called Hay out of Italy, I think. And Sam Calcott uses them, and they are really nice. The blades are really sharp, and they are easy for me to use. And you know, I don't get paid to tell you things like that. I just like to make sure you know that if I like a product that I tell you about it. They aren't as easy to find as they used to be. The company, I don't know if the company stopped making them or not, but they're not as easy to find as they used to be. I used to put links up for them, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that because last time I did something, I saw that they were discontinued from the company I was finding them at. So this is what our heart looks like. I think it's a little bit too big because I don't want it, I want our straws to really shine. So I'm going to make it a little bit shorter, and I'm going to make it a little bit narrower. It's short, it's short enough that I can put this Happy Valentine's Day. I just did a little sentiment out of an old Stampin' Up! Set called Good Greetings. I like the font. Sorry, it's upside down. I like the font of these, and so that's what I'm using. I want to make sure this is going to work because our straws are going to add more dimension to this, and I don't want them to get stuck in our frame. You'll understand that once I start attaching them. I'm also probably going to put this up on a little bit of foam tape so that it's raised more. I do have this piece of red. I think I'm going to use this. This is foam Aran, and I found it laying on the floor, so clearly it wasn't in the process of being used for anything. So I'm just going to put it on this so that if there is any gap, which there shouldn't be, but if there is a gap, you're gonna see it in red. And I'm trying to put more glue on it because it is foam that we're laying on here. Just gonna do that. All right, let me just cut that out real quick. So when we do this, the easiest way to get things going is to use a double-sided tape. And I'm going to be using carpet tape. You know I love me some carpet tape. So you're going to start at the bottom. And we're just going to cut off just a second. And I'll get to the part where you get to see what I'm doing here. There's that one. And then this piece, just like regular tear tape, it's really important that you rub that backing paper down so that you can pull the backing off without taking the actual tape up. Because if you've never played with this stuff, you don't know what I'm talking about. And what I'm saying is you're going to be sad if you pull your tape up after you've just gone to all that trouble of laying it down. Don't ever let anybody tell you that this carpet tape is not super sticky, because let me tell you, this was super sticky. Really, really hard to get everything off and not lose my mind at the same time. I think I'm going to use the polka dotted straws. And these are paper straws, so they're better for the environment. And here's excuse me, here's what you're going to do. I think it would be easier to start at the top, like that. I'm going to get my backing paper and move it so I can hold on to this. It's hard to hold, so the backing paper really does make a big difference. And then I'm going to just make sure these are butted up against each other and that they're laying on the heart. And rotate it so that your circles are not all in the same place, basically. And I'm trying to make sure I don't use up straw that I don't need to use up. I'm using, going as close to the edges as I can so that the next, when I do the next piece, I can cut off some of the straw that's on the left and use it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It's easier if you cut them from the back and cut them as gently as possible so you don't crush them. At least that's my goal. Alright, well, we got that much done. Let's see if we can, none of those are going to be long enough. Let me see if I have enough of these polka dot ones to make this work. I hope I do. Probably would have made more sense if I basically butted it right up to that edge so that I only had to cut one side, but I did not. You know what might work better is my demon stick. Know what I mean? Let me grab that, see if that'll work to cut these. All right. So now let's see if we can figure out a way to trim these down. Let me grab a few different trimming options. All right, I've got scissors and I've got a, I guess we call this a disposable scalpel, and I have a craft knife, and I have a bunch of things. We'll just go with it and see which one works. Let's try the scalpel first. These are very sharp, and that's why I'm going to go with that first. We're going to flip over our heart. I'm going to try and do this gently. You don't want to, if you can avoid this, you don't want to smash those hearts. I think what I need to do to make these last little bits work is just cut them off, when they're not attached, because I think it'll work better if I do it this way. Alright, I got that piece now. I just need to trim the left side of that. So I was thinking what I would do before I finished and glued this in is I thought I would take a rough sanding block and I just put a piece of cardboard under it so that I can scoop up this junk after it's off. I thought maybe, I'm hoping this will work, to get the edges nice and clean. And I just got this block at the Dollar Tree. Where else would you get it, right? You got to be careful that those ones in the end don't come off. I just want to make sure that the edges are nice and clean. She's looking pretty good. One little spot right there. It's still kind of wonky. Okay. Get all this out of here. And all we have to do now is decide exactly where we want to put this, and if we want to put it up on some foam to raise it even more. I think I might want to try that and just see if it makes me happy, or if I just go, ugh, I don't like that. And I think I want to use this really thick stuff. And just put a few of them on, and we'll see what we get. Right through that center. Okay. That gives us some dimension, doesn't it? Before I lay it down, I want to make sure I turn it sideways so I can center it top to bottom. Then I think I'm just going to make a banner out of my Happy Valentine's Day. I think I like it. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's fun and interesting, and I'm going to give it to a teenager, and I think that she'll get a kick out of it because it's just, you know, wonky and fun. So I hope you got a kick out of this. I hope that you have a nice Valentine's Day, and you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And please tell your friends about me on social media because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.